Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a great day. My name is Dana Moore, and we are live for Tipster Tuesday with Live Naturally Tools. I think everything's working on both Instagram and Facebook. So wherever you're joining us from, welcome. Today we're going to talk about BOGO tips, and we are already, on day 2 of doTERRa's BOGOs. BOGO Magic is happening this month, which is really exciting. But I wanted to chat with you today about some ways to make BOGOs really work for you, because there's a couple different approaches you can take to BOGOs, and some of them are going to pay you well once, and some of them are going to pay you well over and over and over again. And that's truly what we want, okay? It's a big difference from getting a paycheck one time to getting a residual income over and over again. And one of the things that we can do is really leverage BOGOs to our advantage, okay? So it's okay if you've started collecting orders, that's okay. I have no problem with those types of things. Don't worry, I'm not gonna take every strategy or thought that your upline has taught you and change it. That's not what this is about at all. This is just some tips to leverage it and make it work really well, okay? So the first thing I want you to do this week, right now, actually today would be awesome, is if you haven't identified your goal for July, you're gonna need to do that, okay? Because that actually matters. The way that you collect orders and the work that you put in different places and how many new enrollments you're going after and different things like that, just your goal is always going to matter. You always begin with the end in mind. So think about that. Now, if you're going for a new rank, there's a kind of a different level of hustle and things going on. If you're going to just solidify things, that's a little different too. It just depends on what your goal is. And I'm not actually going to dive into setting goals today. That's a whole nother topic, but you have to know where you want to be at the end of this month. So if you don't already know that, your BOGOs are going to kind of be wasted if you're not really strategic about that, okay? All right, so once you know your goal, once you have an idea of what you want to end up with at the end of this month, you have a couple different options with BOGOs. My favorite option is this. You have, a base of customers with you on your team. My favorite thing to do with BOGOs is that people who have an account order their BOGO on their own account. And as long as they, want today's BOGO and their orders are $50 or more, which means they're usually ordering 2 BOGOs, they're going to get points back for that order. And we want them to see that they're getting points, they're getting really comfortable with their LRP. We want them to see that they're getting shipping points returned, and they're going to be more prone to going into their LRP cashing in those points. And so there's going to be just a really nice practice comfortability using an LRP for a lot of customers, okay? So I love that. Now, if they're only ordering 1 BOGO and they just want to add on to an order, I get that too. That's totally fine. I'm not against that as a strategy either. Just remember, though, that you can't have, if you have 3 legs in your organization, leg A, B, and C, you can't collect a bunch of orders on leg A and put volume on leg C. That's no bueno, okay? So if people are combining orders under leg A, just make sure all that volume always gets ordered under leg A, okay? So you can do that too. That's all just pertaining to customers. That works out really well. Customers are ordering. Either way, they're trying new oils. They're getting new things in their home. They're growing their oil collection. That alone is exciting. I remember when I wasn't building, but I was just sharing, I really wanted every single oil. Like I really wanted the new oil or a different oil coming into my home. Like I was so excited to try something new. So this is a good time for them to do those things, okay? So that's kind of easy. I bet you're doing all of those things already. The other thing that's going to make this kind of really fly for you is the amount of education and testimonies that you're giving within your groups. And I'm going to talk about new members in a second, so don't worry. But the amount of education and like influence and testimonies that you're giving in your group. So here's a tip, for example. Maybe you have a separate BOGO group. I know many people do that because they are just doing full-on BOGOs in that group. Go live in that group every day. Talk about the oils. Make it fun. Make it authentic. Make it interesting. Do not make it long. They are not going to watch a 5-minute video. They're going to watch a 2-minute video. Okay, so keep your information really short. Keep it fun. Keep it tips that are relevant. Show them how you drink, you know, citrus oil and water. Today's amazing. Spearmint and tangerine are delicious together in water. Post a guacamole and lime recipe, you know, do things like that throughout the day so that all day long they're getting notifications of a new post, a new recipe, a new thing, whatever it may be. Post those things quite a bit. Go live. Maybe have other people, if you have leaders or users in your group, share like, what's your favorite thing about this? Or did you know you can use spearmint in place of peppermint? You know, they're similar on some levels, things like that. It's just fun to do that. And what it's going to do is engage them and make them order more, you know, and make them like, oh yeah, I need to get this, and I should really get this for my neighbor or my friend too, or whatever. So that's going to help just bring a ton of engagement. Now, when you post graphics in these groups, I'm going to give you a tip that's going to like rock your world and keep you safe. A lot of people, their BOGO graphics are being deleted, or their BOGO posts out of groups are being deleted because they're just copy and pasting whatever they see in the BOGO folder, or they're copy and pasting whatever they see in like, you know, their upline has done, or doTERRa corporate has posted on their Facebook group. And what Facebook does is they see that as spam because it's like mass posted. Okay. So what you want to do, because every single individual graphic has like a barcode that's attached to a graphic, a digital barcode. So Facebook will read that barcode and say, oh, this has been posted 3 million times, you know, it must be spam kind of thing. What you should do is screenshot your pictures. When you screenshot a picture, it gets its own barcode. So you can use the exact same graphic if you want to, but if you screenshot it, it has a barcode individual to your computer or to your phone, and then you can, you know, just post it from there. So if you don't know how to screenshot, Google that. But I screenshot everything, and then all the images that I post have an individual barcode, and then it's not kind of triggered. Now you can always put it in Canva and edit it, do whatever you want to do. If you're good at that stuff, great. But if you screenshot it, you're going to keep yourself getting locked out of a group, potentially being in Facebook jail, or just your post being deleted. And you're like, where did my post go? Because deleted posts and things like that are not going to be helpful. Going live helps, because going live, you're doing it all by yourself. No one is, you know, doing what you're doing. So that's why I always recommend going live. Okay. Let me just say a word about live too, guys. Go live yourself. Okay, go live. Your people want to see you. Like if I went live and then you're like, oh, just here, listen to what Dana has to say about spearmint. Your people don't know me. They don't care about me. They don't care about who I am, where I'm from, or what I know about spearmint. Honestly, they really care about you. They care about your education, your personality, your tips. They trust you. Don't post something that your upline has done. Go live yourself. It's a way to grow as a builder. It's really, really important. And I promise you, it'll go farther. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at doing it. And it's amazing to practice. So think of this week as a really good week to skill up in those things. Okay. So I hope that helps. And remember, I'll go through your comments after we're done, and I'll answer questions, okay? So the other thing I want to share is how to handle new members, because this is what happens when BOGOs either fall flat for you or BOGOs will fly for you, okay? So a lot of you have posted on your Facebook group, like if you wanted to get started or on your Facebook wall, if you want to get started with doTERRa, this is the week to do it, you know, all that stuff. That's amazing, because it's kind of like throwing out a wide fishing net, and you just don't know. Fish that haven't been caught before end up swimming into your net, and you can reel them in, and that's really, really good. It's a good week to post. Don't worry if you're seeing tons of people post. You have a lot of friends in doTERRa, but it's very likely people in your network or people that are hot leads for you, they haven't seen a ton of BOGO posts. So just because you're seeing it like crazy in your newsfeed doesn't mean that they are, and doesn't mean that they're annoyed by it. None of those things, okay? Sure, we all see each other's. We're doTERRa community, you know, but don't let that deter you and think, well, everyone's posting and I can't post it. Post it. See who you can catch. Your network is your network, okay? So you're going to pull them in. Now you have two choices. You can give them wholesale pricing, you know, if you want to. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend like you get my prices this month or this week, you know, I don't recommend doing that at all. I recommend taking their orders every day, okay? And at the end of the week, you can invoice them and give them a choice, okay? So their choices would be, they get a retail price. Maybe they ordered 4 BOGOs that week. and this is their retail price, say it's, $157, or they get a wholesale price, and their wholesale price might be like $115 plus $35 for a membership, and it still comes in cheaper than the retail cost, okay? So what you're doing is you're showing them, hey, this is your cost if you pay retail because you're not a member yet. But if you want to be a member, this is your cost, and look, you're even saving a few dollars, and all that awesome education I've been providing and all that fun and the recipes and the tips and all of the things that I've been giving you all week. Guess what? I do that all the time for my members in my member group, okay? And maybe you don't have a member-only group, your upline does, doesn't matter. Once they're members, get them into the group that you have for them that's for members only, because that's like, if you've educated them well all week, they're going to be like, man, that was great. I love learning. I love knowing that I can continue to learn. Once I get my oils, my membership, people are going to continue to take care of me. They're going to share with me. There's opportunity to learn more. And so if you give them the two prices, they have a choice. Now they can, of course, pay the retail price, and you're going to make 25%. On the BOGOs that month, you're going to make a little bit of money. Great. That is great. But we always would prefer that someone becomes a member, okay? That someone would become a member, get plugged into our education, get on an LRP, and become a pipeline part of our organization. Also remember, and keep this in when you invoice them, you're going to have to do a good job of your invoicing, that if they enroll this month, they could get a free wild orange, if their orders are over 100, which is not hard to do. If their orders are over 200, they would get a copaiba and wild orange. So make sure you have some education about copaiba and wild orange. I would even go live in your, your BOGO group and just say, like, listen, at the end of the week, I'm going to give you the option to do this, because everyone who becomes a member has the chance to get 2 more free oils and do some copaiba education, read up on it, learn on it. This is a week for you to really dig in and learn about your oils if you don't already know, because this is a week to give loads of education, make it fun, really share with them, and help them understand why they need it in their life, okay? So I hope that those things help. You can look up how to Google how to make an invoice. If you use PayPal, PayPal creates invoices, and it just takes a little bit of time. But this is one of those weeks where anything extra that you don't need on your plate, take it off your plate and focus on this, okay? Because at the end of the week, it's not actually a badge of honor to be like, I collected 75 BOGOs every single day. That's great. That's fine. But what I want to know is, how many new members do you have this week? How many new enrollments did you get out of this? How many new people did you actually bring into the fold so that you can continue to nurture and help them on their wellness journey? That's really what the focus is of BOGO week. They are going to have a huge collection of oils now to work with, more than somebody that usually is just getting started has, which is incredible. So then, that being said, once maybe you did collect orders, and your new members are getting their membership, you still have to ship them their oils. You still have to ship them their package. You still have to make sure that they, have everything that they need, that you're taking good care of them. This is time to shine, okay? If you've ever bought something from like eBay or Poshmark or anything where someone can like sell something secondhand, and you get it in the mail, the presentation on these things is everything. So what I would recommend you do is go and buy a bunch of, bubble mailers, tissue paper, things like that. Our little boxes, our doTERRa purple boxes, that's a great thing just to reuse, whatever. Make sure you have like a little mailing system down, basically. What I'm saying is, don't take the cardboard box that your dog chewed on last week and package their oils and send them on their way. Nobody wants that package, okay? Nobody wants that. But make sure it's pretty. Like, think about presentation. Think, okay, if I was going to get this as my first oil experience, that they haven't gotten anything from doTERRa yet, how would you want it to come in the mail? How would you want them to feel when they open that package, okay? So this is a couple of tips. What we do is, I always use purple tissue paper just because it's pretty and it's doTERRa-ish, use whatever. Just, you can get cheap tissue paper at TJ Maxx and a ton of it. So wrap their stuff up, put some tissue around it. I always put one of our Live Naturally beginner's guides in there, because I don't want to overwhelm them with a ton of information, but I want them to have the basics. And this has the very simple basics of how to start with essential oil. What is wellness? What are oils? You know, it's one of those books that somebody would pick up and read because it's teeny, it's cute. The cover is different now. We got a little bit of a facelift. But the cool thing is on our books, on the back, now we have spots for oils and uses so that the BOGOs that they got, you could write them in. You know, you could write spearmint and then give them a tip. You could write tangerine, lime, you know, tell them what to do with it, remind them how to use it. So you could write that in. Sorry, my kids are playing upstairs and they are forgetting that I'm on a call. So I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's somebody who's pulling a train around my living room and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm a little bit live right now. Anyway, real life. So that's what I put in there. The other thing that you can do is, and I haven't done this myself, but if you have talented team members or you're collaborating, is a lot of times people will make an ebook. Every day they're putting together information on every single BOGO in an ebook form, and then they're emailing that to their customers, or you could print it out and send it with them too, okay? I don't have time for that. I think it's phenomenal. I think if somebody's offering you an ebook and you can snag an ebook for them or buy them for your customers or whatever it may be. I know some people have created them before. Go for it. I just do this and then give them a little bit of information. Okay, because they've gotten loads of information in my group as well. So that is really helpful. The other thing I do is either print out a card, I just make it on Canva, and it'll say, you know, thank you for ordering, you know, in just a very generic, like, I'm so excited to welcome you to my doTERRa organization or my doTERRa, you know, fold, whatever you call it, my doTERRa tribe. I can't wait to educate you more. If you have any questions, reach out to me. The best way to contact me is this way, which I never give them my cell phone number. I was like, connect them into our Facebook group. Reach out to me in this group. You know, I will help you get started. You're going to love your oils, whatever. Okay. So that way you are like giving them a personal touch, a personal exchange. They know that you're, you know, with them in this journey. And then when they open it and they feel, they're like, oh my gosh, I got these oils. Look how much I got. I can't believe how much I got. I get this little book. She wrote me a little note. You know, it's just, it's a really incredible personal touch. My box is pretty. The dog didn't chew on it. Like, all of those things actually truly do matter, and they're going to set you apart and help people feel really joined to you in that way. I was going to say one more thing and then it just like slipped my mind, but maybe I'll think of it. But all that to say, make sure that you are taking these customers that you are getting this week, the big net that you're casting out and you're pulling in, make sure that the people know that they have an opportunity to have this kind of education, care, support, and customer service from now until forever once they become a member. Because really the key to make this whole thing work is to convert them to a member and not just leave them as a BOGO customer who waits to order only for BOGOs, okay? So I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps you. I hope that you crush it this week. I mean, day one, phenomenal. Day two, amazing. Like, these deals are great. These oils that they're getting are amazing. And just remember what we talked about last week, or maybe I didn't talk to you guys about it. Maybe it was on another call, but I was just saying, like, we've got the best thing. We have the absolute best thing. You know, when doTERRa came into my life, like, it gave me tons of joy. It gave me loads of purpose. I felt empowered as a mom. I felt excited. I quit binging on Netflix and started just spending so much time learning and growing. It gave me personal development. I grew as a leader. Like, there's so much that happened good in my life with doTERRa. Like, why would I not want to share that? Why would you not share, like, the good thing that's going on in your life, right? And so remember, you've got a good thing, and this week it's like extra, extra good. It's like good plus a bonus, you know, good plus infinity. Like, it's got so much more happening for us this week than ever. So share that, but share that the goodness of it really happens when they're a member. And let's get our enrollments sky high. Let's get more enrollments this month than you've ever had before. Okay, that's what I would challenge you to do, is break your own personal record with this. Go a step above. And the last thing I was going to share that I can't remember, if I think of it, I'll just put it in the comments at some point, because I'm like, I know it was good, but I just can't remember. I got to go back and look at my notes for this call today. All right, you guys, go crush it. Serve people well. Love people. Be excited. Go live. tear it up, get ready to crush the goal that you have for this month, and then just really enjoy serving your customers well, because this really will build a pipeline for you. I promise, I'm living proof that this pipeline situation is legit. And you want that. You want something that's going to pay you out more and more. You're going to work really hard this week. You're going to work really, really hard this week. BOGO week is tricky. Okay, you work your buns off. But the thing about it is if it's paying you out over and over and over again, it's worth it. You're not just getting paid this month. You're working hard this month. You're getting paid. That's the whole beauty of residual income or building a pipeline. Okay. So work hard and enjoy the fruit of it for months and months and months to come. And that way, when you rank a BOGO month, and you might rank this month, and that's amazing, okay? You rank, but you've built your organization to be stronger to get you another step ahead next month, okay? So that's going to be an important part of it. You're not a BOGO diamond. You're not just a BOGO rank. You know, you definitely had a surge of volume and a surge of extra activity this month, but let's make sure that that actually builds the foundation of your team so that you can continue to rank month after month after month. All right, everybody. Thanks for being on with me. Next week for Tipster Tuesday, it's going to be Michelle Cannon again. So you're going to love that because she has a great topic on her heart. She can't wait to share with you. And I'll see you again soon. Thanks for joining us. Oops, I gotta hit end.